Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. If you've read Little Women from Louisa May Alcott, then you know the basic premise here. The four March sisters grow up, find love, and find their place in the world. They're all very different, and they're interesting in their own way. The story's been retold over the years in a different realized version each time, and today we're going to take a look at a fresh new perspective, weaving in a world that is foreign to many fans of the characters, and it's the one that I can relate to most, the world of finance. Since I know about as little as the characters in Laura Tardino's new book, Little Women Invest.
A financial guide to help women to get more used, to financial subjects. Of course, it was quite easy in the sense that, of course, when you work, for 24 years in the sector, then, you can manage very easily the instruments and you know what to explain, which are the main, issues when you invest money. And so, that was the way that took me to write this book.
Yeah, 24 years in the financial industry will definitely give you a leg up on the subject matter.
In Italy, I'm Italian, so you may probably understand from my not so good English, so forgive me for that.
Laura says in Italy there's a huge need for financial education among women. It's why her book is available in both English and Italian. But the need is not restricted to Italy or Europe for that matter. There are plenty of American women who could use her experience as well. For example, learning about money and getting started investing when you're young is a great idea no matter where you live. It just gives you more time. She also goes over the basics of the various investment products to begin building a basic portfolio.
Let me say what is an equity, what is a bond, what kind of bond you can buy. Which are the main characteristics and features of these instruments? Because they are not exactly the same, and again, they are not thought to give you, the yield, the return in the same space of time.
Since each product is different, there is, of course, a different approach to investing in each of them as well. Which is why she chose to focus on the March sisters.
Yes, exactly. I thought that if I would have used, a book that is a famous romance with famous characters, like, for example, Marmee, Aunt March, the Four Sisters, using very, very simple characters indeed, because, of course, they are recognized by, young women, because the life of these women is a very simple life, even if very, very modern for the times. Probably it would be easier to get closer, the modern women to the finance. And in the book, I try to use the characters of Little Women just to explain the finance. You have a job, so you work and you have money and then invest your money, you have more chance to become more independent, empowered. It's really very important for women, because nowadays, it's really very, very important to be independent, to be empowered, okay? And this romance, Little Women, was indeed probably one of the first positive, I would say, manifesto of the women empowerment. That's the reason why I used this romance, using the characters to explain finance, just to get, women closer to finance itself. If you don't know anything, you are skeptical, you will never invest. So it's important to have basic knowledge of finance.
She says many women have a hard time balancing their home and work life, and it can be hard to balance investing with the demands of the workplace and raising a family. But the key is to have a basic knowledge of finance and just start small. It adds up faster than you might expect. And give yourself plenty of time. The more time you have, the richer you will eventually become. So here's the summary. Work, earn, save. When it comes time to invest, this is a great resource to learn about the different products and the various risks involved with investing. And when you're done reading this book,
use a financial consultant. This is really very important.
That's right. Find yourself a financial consultant so you can ask all the questions that you need to ask. Little Women Invest by Laura Tardino is a guide for women who have not studied and probably don't plan on studying economics.
So they will be ready to have a good conversation with this financial consultant in case, and discern probably, from good investments and bad investments.
Look for it at your favorite online bookstore, Barnes & Noble, Target, Amazon, and many others. And that will do it for this financial edition of Newsgram from webtalkradio.com.